Welcome to the next episode of Monday Mindset Matters. These quick meet-of-the-moment episodes offer you some tools and biblical encouragement to help you, the Christian educator, no matter what role you have on campus, stay connected, stay grounded, and stay prayed up so you can be the light in the middle of this trauma-responsive movement. So, let's get right to it.
Welcome to the Society's Child podcast, where we have real conversations about being a trauma-responsive educator in the midst of a significant mental health crisis. Hi, I'm Trish Senzak, a former educator, compassion advocate, and Jesus lover, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Are you feeling confuzzled about your students' behavior and needs? You're not alone. If trauma-informed strategies leave you wondering, what's next? Don't worry. My friend, I've been there too. As a foster mom and a child of complex trauma mixed with my experience as a teacher, it's led me to finding a compassionate, whole child approach that's evidence-based, practical, and transformational, and I'm so eager to share it with you. Whether you want to connect with your students on a deeper level, create a trauma-sensitive environment, or you just need a little bit of encouragement or support, you're in the right place. So grab a drink, a pen, or your earbuds, and let's work together to create a safe and student-attuned trauma-responsive school culture. Society's children need you, so let's get started.
Welcome back, educators. It's exciting to be here with you today on another Monday Mindset Matters. As you return to school, the situations, stories, stresses, everything from previous school years potentially could come flooding back to you. The weighty realizations of all the chaos and the behavior and the big challenges become all too real again. Perhaps you're feeling a little overwhelmed. You're already starting to get the sense of this stress that you have lived through in previous years. Or if this is your first year, you might be overwhelmed with the uncertainties of your first year. Maybe you see kids with I don't care attitudes, or maybe they are beginning to say things that it's easy to take personally. Maybe you're starting to ask yourself, how in the world can I continue? Well, my friends, I want to encourage you today that you can do this. And remember, in these hard times, it is important for us to really stay grounded in the Word. So today's verse that I want to share with you is 2 Corinthians 4:8-9, and I'm reading from the New International Version. We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed. Perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not abandoned. Struck down, but not destroyed. So with this scripture, my friends, I really want to ask you to think about how you can lean in harder. True disciples lean in harder. True disciples emulate Jesus in non-judgmental ways, in unreasonable compassion, unreasonable hospitality. We do things differently. As you begin to navigate those challenges on your campuses, the big behaviors in your classroom, or even the difficult relationships in your life, I want to invite you to consider these 3 takeaways that might help you a little bit more with the resilience you need to keep at it. Number 1, I want to encourage you to think about your motive and ask yourself if you need to tweak it. Ask God to do some work with you to help you get your motive right. Maybe your motive was summer vacations, and you just came off of a great summer restful situation or a restful season, I hope. And maybe you're coming back into this a little bit more rested and rejuvenated, but the attitudes and the thoughts of and the overwhelm of your classroom or your campus are starting to creep in. Maybe God needs to do some work on you, on helping you figure out who you're serving, why, and how to best serve them. Number 2, I want to encourage you to celebrate your tiny successes this year. For every difficult situation, there are other situations that bring joy, bring light, have ahas attached to them that we can look at. And those far outweigh the darkness that sits in front of us. Those discouraging situations, there are enough blessings out there that we can count those and celebrate those successes in our teaching, and they can help send us forward and help us stay resilient. And number 3, I really want to encourage you to do this. If you've not done it already, find a scripture for this school year that is your scripture that will ground you for the year. You know how at the beginning of an actual physical year, we'll say, what's your word of the year? I want to encourage you, if you don't already have a life scripture, or maybe you have a life scripture and you're at a different season and you need a foundational scripture just for this year, ask for God to give you your scripture for the year. Pin it up, Put it on your screen, on your phone, put it on your computer, on a sticky note, put it on your podium, so where you teach in front of the class, put it on your desk, wherever you need it to be put. Put it there so that you can remember it and remember it easily. My friends, as you begin to navigate these challenges on your campus and you start seeing kids with these big baffling behaviors or these realizations of things that are hard to deal with, I really want to challenge you to lean in harder and understand that this scripture, when it says we are perplexed but not in despair, that's the part I want to encourage you to take away. This is not the end of the world. There are a lot of other kids sitting in front of you, and that child is asking for your help, asking for your connection. I want to encourage you not to be in despair as you go into this school year. You might be confused or perplexed about these things, but I want to encourage you to find a way to move on. Get grounded in that scripture that God is going to give you to move through this year so that you can stay strong, you can stay grounded, and you can stay prayed up. Our kids depend on it. If you're looking for ways to build more peace in your career, I've created a list of 75 affirmations based on 25 Bible scriptures, and I'd love to share it with you and help you keep your sanity. You can go to trishz.com/Bible-AFFS. That's AFFS for affirmations. I'll also leave the link in the show notes for you too. Until next time, my friend, stay grounded, stay regulated, and stay prayed up. I hope you found something encouraging and inspiring in this episode of Monday Mindset Matters. It is my hope that these episodes meet you right where you are, because your Monday mindset matters. More importantly, your mindset matters all the time. Remember, stay connected, stay grounded, and stay prayed up. Our kids depend on it. Hey, amazing educators, thanks for tuning in. If you found this episode helpful, I'd love for you to hit subscribe and leave a review. Even better, share this episode with a colleague. And hey, I'd love to connect with you on social media. You can even join my Facebook group for some extra support and a dash of inspiration. I've left all the links in the show notes. Until next time, my friend, remember, you're not alone on this journey. You've got this. Keep making a difference and stay teach-tastic.